CLANCY has officially released and the comparisons between itself and BLURRYFACE have already started. If you haven't checked out my last video, I did a comparison and album battle between CLANCY and Trench, my personal favorite 21 Pilots album. Now of course BLURRYFACE is their most popular and most mainstream album, and today I wanted to put their new record, CLANCY, and put it against songs on BLURRYFACE. Now CLANCY has 13 songs and BLURRYFACE had 14, so the song I did cut out of this video is Not Today, as I felt like the other songs matched up a lot better. As we can see, I have the tracks side by side as to what it will face what. I did mix some things around as I did in my Trench video, because I felt like they just made more sense, such as moving the Craving to face off against Tear in My Heart, as they are both songs to Jenna. I'm going to break down each song and tell you why I think what song is better. I'll give my best explanation as to why I believe they are, and this is again just my personal opinion, so if you disagree that's totally fine, but this is my album battle video and I hope you guys can enjoy this. Let's hop right into it with the first tracks. In our first matchup we have Overcompensate versus Heavy Dirty Soul. Oh my god, this is one of the toughest matchups we're gonna even get to see throughout this whole entire video because both of these songs are absolutely amazing. I think these songs are very similar in the sense that they're very gritty, very catchy choruses, amazing rap verses. They hit so hard. They start off an album fantastically. These being the openers to these albums really sets a tone and does what they need to do perfectly. I don't even know what song I'm leaning to as I'm speaking right now, but we'll figure it out by the end of this. I think Overcompensate is all around a better produced track, because CLANCY is just a better produced album compared to BLURRYFACE. I think BLURRYFACE though has a lot of classics, and Heavy Dirty Soul being one of them. Heavy Dirty Soul is my favorite song off of BLURRYFACE, and for that reason this makes this matchup way closer. Overcompensate is definitely a big banger. I love the instrumental switch up. I love his rap verses on it so much. I think his chorus is so addicting. The drumming on this is so presentable and so great, and it hits way harder than I feel like the drumming does on Heavy Dirty Soul, even though that does a great job too. This one's super close. I think Heavy Dirty Soul is definitely more of a classic and a song that has a lot of meaning for me because it's one of the songs that really got me into 21 Pilots. I really want to make this a draw, but that feels illegal. Therefore, I'm giving this one to Heavy Dirty Soul. This one was so hard to rank. Now we have Next Semester taking on Stressed Out. We'll start with Next Semester. I think this is one of 21 Pilots' best songs they've ever made. I think the lyrics to this one are so deep and so real, but the instrumental is so rocking. They did a fantastic job of making this like a rock song with such a real and true meaning behind every single lyric he sets down on this song. I think his singing sounds absolutely wonderful on this song at the end. I love the switch up and how it gets so real. I love the chorus. I love the instrumental. The drumming is so incredible on this one, and that is a big factor for a lot of these songs on CLANCY. I feel like the drumming just really took another step. Tyler's voice sounds absolutely incredible. We can even get down to the music video. I think the music video is awesome. But then we got Stressed Out, which is like the song for 21 Pilots. It's still like their biggest song ever. This is the song of BLURRYFACE. Super great writing, very real and relatable. I think the instrumental is very simple, but it's nice. I like the chorus to this one is so catchy. Everyone knows it. His rap verses are great, and I mentioned the music video for Next Semester. We also gotta mention the music video for this. It's fantastic. It brings you back to a time when BLURRYFACE was everywhere. I also did not mean for that to be a pun and a callback to the lyrics from this song. My bad. This round is a lot easier for me to rank than the last one, because Overcompensate and Heavy Dirty Soul are both like 10 out of 10 songs for me. Now don't get me wrong, I think both these songs are amazing, but I do think one of them is a little played out for me and just isn't hitting the same way that it used to when it first came out. And of course that's Stressed Out, so the winner here, I am going to give it to Next Semester. I think Next Semester is phenomenal. I think it's like top 5 21 Pilots song. It's going to get the win. It would have beat pretty much every song on BLURRYFACE. I think it would have beat every song actually, so yeah. Backslide versus Ride. Oh my gosh, are we kidding? Ride is one of their biggest songs that they've ever released. It's still on the top of their charts on like Spotify streams. This song goes crazy. I think the drumming on this one sounds amazing. The chorus is very catchy, and it even has some really good rapping in this one. And then up against the song like Backslide, where I think the lyrics and subject matter are a lot deeper than you would think when you first listen to it. Instrumentally, it's a very powerful and very like uplifting. I love everything down to the music video for this one that Josh directed. Although I think Backslide is lower on the list for my Clancy rankings, I still do love this song so much. And this matchup is really tough for me because, don't get me wrong, I know Ride is one of their biggest songs. It's exceptional. It's really good. It hasn't aged as amazing for me as I think a lot of these other songs have. And I don't know where I'd put it on just the BLURRYFACE ranking. This video might get some disagreement. I don't expect you guys to agree with me as this is all just my opinion. I'm gonna give it to Backslide. So that now makes it 2-1 in favor of Clancy. Are we serious? Fairly Local versus Midwest Indigo. These songs are very different from one another. We have Fairly Local with this huge bass and this very eerie, dark aesthetic and feeling to it. Obviously this song, it's been hitting extra hard lately after the end of Clancy with the few proud emotional lines. This song is awesome. It goes absolutely crazy. It rocks. I hope they add it to the Clancy World Tour. And then we have Midwest Indigo, which is a song about Ohio. It's a very sweet song. It's rocker. It goes crazy. I actually really enjoy this one, like so much. It was lower on my Clancy rankings, as it still is in my opinion. I think it's one of the ones I enjoy a lot less than the others. But that's not me saying it's a bad song, I just think there's a lot of other songs that I enjoy more. And if I'm being real, if I had to choose only one song to keep in this world, for myself personally, between Fairly Local and Midwest Indigo, but I gotta go with Fairly Local. I do. I think Midwest Indigo, maybe it's just so new that it hasn't had the same effect as Fairly Local for me. Fairly Local, I listen to it every day still. Like, it's a banger. And now, like I said, it hits even harder. That might be like a crazy take. I know technically Midwest Indigo is probably the better song, but for me personally, I enjoy and would rather have Fairly Local in my headphones, blasted on my speaker. So that now ties up the score at 2 apiece. Okay, Routines in the Night versus Lane Boy. Like I said, I switched up some of the tracks to make them match up better. This is one of them. Routines in the Night is an absolute standout on Clancy. These songs are so sonically different, but yet have like the same kind of dark and eerie vibe to them, which I like a lot. Of course, Routines in the Night, very catchy chorus, very slick rapping. His flow is really good on this song. I love the instrumental. It feels a little more simple, but it's still crazy. I love the outro to the song with the backing vocals. I think this is definitely a standout on Clancy, even though I had it more in the middle range of my ranking video. If you haven't checked that out, please do. It's still amazing. And then we have Lane Boy, which, when it came out, this was my favorite song off of BLURRYFACE. Now, don't get me wrong, instrumental goes crazy. I think this instrumental is far more compelling than something like Routines in the Night, although I love the one in Routines in the Night still. Tyler's rapping, his delivery sounds great. There's some questionable lyrics here and there, if we're being honest, but I don't really mind them. I think it also shows their growth like crazy. The chorus is obviously very catchy. I love the outro with the drop, and you get so hyped for that with the get low part. Yeah, both songs are so good here, but I am gonna have to give this one to Clancy's Routine in the Night. Now that makes it 3-2 in favor of Clancy. We have a close matchup going on. Admittedly, this matchup feels a little bit out of place. We have Vignette taking on The Judge. Very, very different songs. Vignette, of course, has this heavy bass, has some great rapping, has a very catchy chorus, and it sonically sounds a lot more grand and large than something like The Judge. I didn't know where to match these songs, so I apologize for that. Vignette, once again, I've said this about a few songs on Clancy, it's another standout. It's amazing. One of my new favorite 21 Pilot songs. Super catchy, super addicting. The instrumental is fascinating. It sounds very beautiful. But then it gets this rocker like drum hits, and oh my god. Tyler's rapping, as I mentioned, sounds great. I also love his delivery on the chorus. Then we have a song like The Judge. Super beautiful, like ukulele. I love when the drums kick in on this song as well. The chorus is maybe more addicting than something like Vignette, even though I personally go back to Vignette a lot right now. Maybe again, just because it's so new. The Judge is an all-time 21 Pilots classic for me. His rapping sounds great too on this one, but it's not going to be able to beat Vignette. I'm sorry. Vignette's a better song. Clancy now doubles the score. It's 4-2 in favor of it, but trust me, some of these matchups are super close. We have a heck of a matchup going on. Now we have the love songs he wrote for Jenna, of course being the Craving album version versus Tear in My Heart. Now in my last video when I did the Trench versus Clancy ranking, if you haven't checked it out, please do. I am going to spoil what I said in that one. I gave the Craving the win over Smithereens, and looking back on that, that one was really tough. Of course they did the single version for the Craving, which I think would line up a lot better against a song like Tear in My Heart. I think they're very much on a similar vibe, but this being the album version, of course it's going to be the slower one. Now don't get me wrong, I think that the Craving is probably the better written song here. I think it's one of the best written songs he's ever made for Jenna. I think it's so sweet, it's so emotional. The emotions and just the feel this song has is truly unmatched, but it's going against Tear in My Heart. Tear in My Heart's an absolute classic, probably my favorite song he's made for Jenna. And I know that's pretty obvious, but this song goes crazy. You'll still hear it on radios. You'll still hear it everywhere. This song's massive, and there's a reason for it. This song is fantastic, and I think just because of what it's done in that aspect alone, I gotta give this one to Tear in My Heart. Maybe it's not lining up because I gave the Craving the win over Smithereens in my last video, but in the current moment where I'm sitting in my chair recording this audio right now, I'm feeling Tear in My Heart over the Craving. That one was super tough, and all these matchups have been a lot closer than I thought they'd be. That now makes it 4-3. Clancy still leads, but it's very close. Another very interesting and kind of out of place matchup, we have Lavish taking on Doubt. Lavish, of course, having this beautiful, sweet instrumental. His chorus sounds great on this one to me. The rapping, I think it's so fun. I love the rapping on this one. I know it's a lot of just like throwaway kind of lyrics, but man, is it a great time. I think Lavish is a very underrated song. I know it's like the lowest rated. This song, I love it. I love Lavish. It's addicting for me, but I understand that it is one of the weaker tracks on Clancy, and I totally get that. And it's taking on Doubt, which is one of the most addicting songs on Blurryface, in my personal opinion. I think the chorus is very catchy and addicting. I think his delivery on the song is very nice. I love the instrumental on this one, and I love the outro with the massive chorus just blasting. I really think I'm going to give this one to Doubt. I think this song does something more for me than something like Lavish, even though I'm a Lavish defender and I love it. I'm going to give this one to Doubt. It's a Blurryface classic for me again. So that now ties up the score at 4, and I don't know what I was expecting entering this video, but honestly this has been a lot closer than I even expected it to be. Oh man, Navigating versus Polarize. Now these songs are both bangers in different ways. Navigating is obviously this very rock heavy banger. It goes so crazy. I love the chorus, I love the singing, I love the verses, I love the instrumental, and the drumming on this one is it's the best drumming Josh has ever done in my opinion, this whole album. And it's taking on a song like Polarize, which again, another Blurryface classic for me. Super catchy. Drums go crazy again on this one. It hits so hard. This song literally feels like a nuclear explosion going off, but like a good nuclear explosion. Like you don't have to be scared for your life. It's a banger, and I literally could not say anything bad about Polarize, and most times I think it would win, but it is going against my favorite song off of Clancy, being Navigating. It's got to go to Navigating. I think it's a better song. Clancy retakes the lead. Oldie Station versus We Don't Believe What's on TV, I feel is like a very valid matchup. Both of these songs are a lot slower, but they're also still so cool and so good and so beautiful to listen to. I think Oldie Station continues to grow on me with each giving listen. I love the part in the chorus where it's clearly the crowd's turn to sing the song. I think at a live show it's going to go so crazy. I think it's going to be so much fun to just yell that part. I think the writing on this one is fantastic. I love the perspective and like Tyler kind of giving us a look at where he's at in his life. I really do enjoy that. Instrumentally, I think it's pretty simple, but it does build into something way more epic, and that last verse really just solidifies how good this song truly is. And then we have a song like We Don't Believe What's on TV, which is of course a classic. One of the most catchy choruses throughout the entire album, Blurryface. The song's very chill, the song's very sweet. I think the ukulele is awesome. I think the chorus is amazing. I think every lyric on this song's great. It's such a tough matchup, but honestly, as a personal song and just quality in general, I do think I'm going to give this one to Oldie Station. So that's now going to make it 6-4 Clancy. This one was honestly really hard to choose as well. All of these matchups are just really stumping me, but I am going to give it to Oldie Station. Then we have Hometown versus Snapback. I'll start with Snapback by saying it is my least favorite on the entire Clancy album. I don't revisit this one a ton. I do go back to it here and there just to refresh my mind and maybe try to get it to click with me a little more. Don't get me wrong, I think the lyrics are great. Instrumentally, I think it's okay. How it builds into kind of nothing, I feel like the drop in the song isn't super rewarding. I can't really get behind the delivery in the chorus. Don't get me wrong, I think for what the song is, it absolutely makes sense that he sounds like tired and just has no punch behind what he's saying. I think that really means something in this song, but for me as a listener, I don't get behind it as strongly. And then we have a song like Hometown, which I think is awesome. I love Hometown. This is one of my favorites on BLURRYFACE. I think you guys know which way I'm leaning towards right now. It's written about Ohio. It reminds me a lot of my hometown, honestly. I think it's a chilling song. I think the instrumental is really, really nice. I think his vocals sound great, and I think the chorus is amazing on this one, and just the writing in general. I am going to give this one to Hometown, so that now makes the score 6-5. Clancy still leads. Only 2 songs to go. So BLURRYFACE is going to have to take the next one in order to even have a chance of winning. Let's see if they can do it. Man, what a matchup. At the Risk of Feeling Dumb versus Message Man. This one is insanely tough, especially for me, because these 2 songs are probably top 3 on each of these albums for me. At the Risk of Feeling Dumb is top 3, Message Man. Off the top of my head, I'd say it probably is top 3, but I could be wrong, maybe more like top 5. Either way, they're close is what I'm saying. I'll start with At the Risk of Feeling Dumb. Another rock song, unexpected rock song, especially following the songs that it does follow on Clancy. Lyrically, super deep, super real. I've always wondered if this song was written from experience for Tyler, or if this was something he wished he had when he was going through all of his problems. Would love to know, but also would probably be very sad if I did know. Anyways, chorus is insanely addicting. Even the instrumental on this one is just so catchy. When they go into that rock out session, oh my god, it just pushes the song to another level. The outro to this song literally makes you feel like your brain is ascending through galaxies. That made no sense, but that's just what this song does, okay? I think his voice sounds exceptional on this. I love his rap verses as well. And we also have Message Man. This song has an aura to it, to me. It's always been a standout on BLURRYFACE, as a lot of these BLURRYFACE songs that have gotten praise from me have. Chorus is super catchy. I think this song is very, eerie. Like I said, there's an aura to it, and I don't really know how to explain it. It has it, okay? This song's got it. Rap verses are awesome. Instrumental is incredible. Chorus, addicting, super catchy, super fun to sing along to. This is a very good song for a crowd as well. I couldn't say anything more about Message Man. I think it's exceptional, but it did run into At the Risk of Feeling Dumb, which is one of my favorite 21 Pilot songs of all time now. Sorry, BLURRYFACE. You're not winning this one, buddy, because Clancy extends its lead, and there's only 1 song left. So although BLURRYFACE can't win, they can get it within 1. Let's just talk about the next song. Although BLURRYFACE cannot come back and win, I think it's very, very notable to talk about this final song. We have Paladin Straight for Clancy versus Goner off of BLURRYFACE. Oh man, some of these matchups are just unbelievable. I feel like although the score is 7-5, this feels closer somehow. And I know 7-5 is close, but it feels like this is the game winner. I'll start with Paladin. 21 Pilots has always been amazing at album outros, even going back to something like Vessel. Paladin Straight, of course, subverts our expectations with that ending. I think the song starts off very sweet. I love the ukulele on it. I love his singing. It feels so, so powerful. And when the drums kick in and his vocals get layered on top of themselves, it does something. It does something no other song can do. Paladin Straight literally did everything the outro on Clancy needed to do for me. It's one of my favorite songs on here. I think it's phenomenal. And then we have a song like Goner, which, again, off the top of my head, top 3 on BLURRYFACE. They really know how to close albums out. This song, of course, we first heard it in No Fun Intended. Super, super fitting for BLURRYFACE. I feel like if that was on any other album, it would feel different. Lyrically, incredible. I love how subtle and sad, yet powerful his message is in trying to take down BLURRYFACE, saying he needs help with it. And then we of course get that outro where he screams and you get the drums hitting. Feels like a breakout for this song that you needed. It's a heck of a way to end the album. Definitely one of my favorite 21 Pilot songs, definitely one of my favorite 21 Pilot outros. Again, this almost feels like it should be a draw, but for me personally, I'm giving it to Paladin. Paladin is special. It really is. I think this one's going to grow on a lot of people, especially after the music video comes out. I will be doing a reaction to that music video because I'm sure they're going to show something that's going to make me do a 360 off of my bed or something. But anyways, I am going to give it to Paladin. That might be a bold take again. I know there's some songs on here that are probably going to be crazy to some people. Like I said, there is no right or wrong to this. This is just my opinion on how I'd rank these songs. So yeah, I'm sorry if you disagreed, but thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments below how you'd have these matchups stacked out against each other, what your score would be, what ones you agreed with, what ones you disagreed with. Let's have a civil conversation. I love 21 Pilots. I'm not saying anything bad about BLURRYFACE. I just think Clancy is so much better of a quality album. And a lot of the reason for BLURRYFACE winning some of the songs they did is just because of nostalgia and the impact they've had on my life now that the album's, what, like 10 years old? So, nearly 10 years old. This one was super fun to make, but also super difficult. I almost feel like this one was harder to rank than my Trench versus Clancy one, and that one was insanely tough as well. These videos are fun. They're stressful. I am thinking about doing Clancy versus Vessel. Vessel is up there with my favorite 21 Pilot albums. I think it's on the same scale as Clancy for me, but for much different reasons. So if you guys like to see that video, please let me know down below. If I see enough people wanting that, I will go ahead and make it. Super hyped that the Clancy release is here. I also appreciate all the support you guys have given me. Connecting with this community and talking to new people has been absolutely awesome. I love that you guys share so much in the comments. So keep that up. I hope to see you guys keep coming back because I have a lot of awesome content that I'm excited to make. Not all of it will be 21 Pilot related, but I'm sure there will be a lot of it as this release of Clancy has got me hyped to a whole new level. Come back for new reactions, rankings, tier lists, all of that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all later. Peace.